Welcome to a Pokemon Unite showcase on Venusaur. Venusaur is a ranged special attacker that can be built as a long-range spellcaster or as a close-range AoE team fighter. Either way, you'll mostly go to the bottom lane. His passive ability is Overgrowth, which will increase damage dealt by 20% when your HP is at 30% or less. His basic attack becomes boosted every third attack, dealing increased damage and pulling enemies inwards between the vines. At level 1, you can start off with either Seed Bomb or Razor Leaf. Seed Bomb hurls a large seed to a designated area, damaging all enemies. Razor Leaf is a barrage of leaves launched in a designated direction, damaging enemies 10 times if all of them hit. At level 5, you can upgrade Seed Bomb to Sludge Bomb or choose Giga Drain instead. Sludge Bomb is a toxic sludge that on impact damages and poisons all enemies. It'll stay around for 5 seconds, dealing damage every half second, slowing them by 45% and reducing their special defense by 30%. Giga Drain will damage enemies in a cone shape in front of you and restore some HP when it hits. The more Pokemon you hit, the more you heal. You'll also reduce any damage taken by 35% for 2.5 seconds. At level 7, you can upgrade Razor Leaf to Solar Beam or choose Petal Dance instead. Solar Beam takes 0.7 seconds to charge before firing a long-ranged beam of light in a designated area for 0.3 seconds. It can deal more damage the longer the enemies stay in the beam and if they have higher max HP. Petal Dance is an area of effect move for 4.8 seconds that damages all enemies every 0.3 seconds, for a total of 16 ticks. It also initially increases movement speed by 90%, but you'll gradually get slower over time. It'll also reduce the cooldown on Sludge Bomb or Giga Drain the more hits you get on the enemy team. Finally, at level 9, Venusaur learns his Unite move, Verdant Anger. It's a massive seed that can be hurled close or far and will damage all enemies while slowing them by 35% for 1 second. He might struggle to be effective early game, but will progressively pick up in power, especially after level 13 when you get Petal Dance Plus or Solar Beam Plus, where you'll improve massively. So he'll be at his strongest during the late game, and will still be decent during mid game with Solar Beam harassment from afar or with Petal Dance close range damage. He'll have 3 different builds. The most common build to go for is Giga Drain and Petal Dance to really dominate late game, as you'll have very consistent damage output, you'll be mobile because of Petal Dance, and you'll be more tanky than the other attackers because of your Giga Drain. The only issue might be that you'll be easy to crowd control with stuns or slows, and that you'll require more babysitting in the early and mid game from a teammate. The other build you can go for is Solar Beam and Sludge Bomb, to deal tons of special damage from long range. This build will also be very late game focused, as you'll get less cooldown on these moves to constantly be able to harass enemies. The only issue though is that you'll die very easily, as you don't have any effective ways to keep yourself safe if you find yourself out of position or if you get jumped. In which case, you could sacrifice some of your long range damage by replacing Sludge Bomb with Giga Drain for a bit more survival and mid-range viability. This would be the third build. For items and battle items, it'll depend on which build you go for. If you go for the close range build with Petal Dance and Giga Drain, you could do Energy Amplifier for increased damage and cooldown reduction, Muscle Band for better basic damage, and Focus Band or Buddy Barrier for some defense. For the battle item, you'll want a full heal since it makes you immune to status conditions and crowd control. If you're going for the long-range Solar Beam build, you could do the same items, but also choice picks to increase the special damage for Solar Beams. And for battle items, you'll typically want full heal, but you could also do a potion or the eject button. For emblems, you'll want to focus on maxing out black, which is cooldown reduction, and green, which is special attack. Having some points in defense, special defense, and HP can be good too. Keep in mind that this is just a basic showcase, as with the nature of MOBAs, patches will be rebalancing and changing a few things on abilities, moves, items, or even the stage. You can also check out the website UniteDB.com or the MathCore Discord for the current best builds on each Pokemon in Unite as the meta develops. There is even an emblem builder on UniteDB.com. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy these videos and find them helpful, then please consider helping me out on Patreon.